Hi guys, it's Misty Meaner talking to you again. Today I was a little bit concerned about our friend Candace Owens. Is she okay? I think she's losing it. I've been watching her for a few years. I think she only got on my radar like maybe 5 years ago. Um, Excellent at debating, great interviewer. I think she's very intelligent, very articulate, but she has lost her shit. I don't know if you watched, and I don't know how to do clips and things like that. I don't know how to do it. I'm just here to talk about it. But I watched her Piers Morgan interview, and she held her own very well with Piers Morgan. She kind of knew what to expect with him. Everybody knows he's from England. He's a liberal. He tries to have conservatives on. He had Roseanne Barr on today. That was a great interview. She got to say a lot of what she needed to say, and uh, he tries to be fair as he can be, with the bias that he internally has, and he is maybe a little bit full of himself too. But he's a journalist. With Candace, she asked a good question, and I thought that I would answer it for her on here. And it was about genocide. Let's let's go back a little bit. Candace had a baby back in November or something, I think. Maybe December. I'm not sure what month. Um, and during that time, it sounds like we don't know, we're never going to know because there's a NDA, and so she can't talk about it, and Ben will only tell his side. That's not fair. I agree with hating people. I agree with you, Candace, and I'm sure that he fucked you over good. They always have a great team of lawyers. I believe not Joe, Ben is a lawyer himself. I'm sure that they fucked you out of all kinds of things. And, I feel bad for you. I don't know what happened. I still like Ben, uh, but I don't watch him as much as I watch Candace. Um, but she said Christ is king on a tweet. This pissed him off. I don't know in what context. I don't use Twitter. I don't know how to use Twitter. I barely know how to use this laptop to record this video. Um, but so in the interview with Piers, she was asking. They were talking about obviously the war in Gaza, and she just got fired by Ben a little bit for religious reasons, which shouldn't really be legal. She should be able to say Christ is king. She's not my king. She's not Ben, or he's not Ben's king. Jesus is not anybody's king but a Christian's king. Because Christian kings don't stop, apparently. But uh, in the Gaza war, she's trying to side with Palestine based on the fact that she hates Ben now. Now, I know that this has gone back a little while. She was at the Jerusalem embassy grand opening, whatever they had 5 years ago. I heard about that. Um, she because of however this breakup, this meeting of the minds or whatever happened between her and Ben, is causing her to hate all the Jews, but is also causing her to say some fucked up shit about the Muslims. You know what she was saying today? And I didn't hear her whole. This was her show, and it was quite long, and I was at a bus stop. But it was something about something about Israel being somehow responsible. There's different conspiracy theories. He had I don't know, some Israelis taking pictures or something. I don't know. I was in traffic. I was listening to her show, kind of waiting for the bus. But so she was saying that somehow the Jews were responsible for 9/11. You're starting to get ridiculous on the basis of your hatred for one man. But in the Piers interview, we're talking about the war, whatever, and okay, is Israel committing a genocide on Gaza? And in order to answer that question, she needs to know, and she's right to ask this, what is a genocide? And the answer to that question, Candace, is all of them. And all of them isn't even going to work. In order to stop Palestine from Palestining, you would have to not only eradicate every single Palestinian in Gaza, and then you would have to go further than that. Much, much further. We're talking about billions of deaths. Palestine is not an actual country. It's more of an idea. If you listen to the Green Prince, I've listened to a lot of the Green Prince, just, I don't know, doing basic research on Muslim. I was trying to do my Muslim presentation, which, I know, they're not that good. But this is the ground floor. But the Green Prince swears that there is no Palestine. It's not really legal. It's not really there. But there will continue to be a Palestine because people will continue to go there because the book, the Quran, tells them that they have to be there. They have to keep going there and fucking with the Jews. It's in that book that this is going to happen forever. And it's because of a miswritten book. Candace, if you want to read the Quran, and it says all the shit in there. The Quran makes these people be assholes. Now, if you're a Christian, which you are, you're a Catholic Christian, you can't side with the Muslims and start blaming Israel for 9/11. I couldn't believe my ears. Maybe I'll go back and listen to it, but I just thought that must be a joke. And I just thought, you can't let your hate for one man poison the well for all the Jews. And the stance that you're taking is wrong. You know your little Catholic book, or your big Catholic book, that's 75% written by your boy Shapiro's chosen people. They're your team. The Muslims aren't on the Christian team. I don't see how you can. And I know you have a crush on Kanye. I know Kanye hates the Jews. Kanye's in the entertainment industry. Everybody in Hollywood talks about, oh, the Jews fucked me over on my contract. That's part of the entertainment industry. If you don't like it, then don't work with the Jews. But that has nothing to do with the Gaza conflict. But if you wanted to eradicate, if you wanted to do a genocide, you would have to talk to somebody from a race that's been genocided to know what genocide is. But a homicide is when you kill a man. Matricide, which, God, doesn't that sound fun sometimes? Matricide is when you kill your mom. That mom is dead. She is no longer. She is no more. That's what aside means. That's what the CIDE at the end of the suffix is. Genocide is the same thing. You have to kill all of them. And in order to do that to Palestine, 40,000 doesn't even... I think what Candace's point was that that, okay, Palestine killed 1,500, then they went back and killed 40,000. I don't know if those are the exact numbers. I don't trust the media, so I don't really know how many is killed, or who killed who, you can't really trust anything. Anyway, it's just a sketchy area, tunnels and shit. It's an underground war. That's what Roseanne said, or was saying earlier. But Palestine is where Muslims go to fuck with Jews, and they will be going there until you not only kill all the Palestinians, you have to kill all the Muslims and all the Arab speaking people that have a Quran. You'd have to really thoroughly, you'd have to kill a couple billion people to make Palestine stop fucking with Israel. No, we throw words around that we shouldn't throw around. Racism is thrown around all the time. Genocide is thrown around, and it was thrown around by the Jews. The Jews are still alive and thriving, so the Jews were not genocided. Neither were the Native Americans. What we did with the Native Americans, which could work with the Palestinians, if you'd hear me out, what we did with the Native Americans is we just mainly killed the warriors, the fighters, the people that were fighting. And so now, yes, there's Navajo. Yes, there's Sioux. Yes, there's Crow. Yes, there's Blackfeet. We have all these natives, but the warriors are gone. Every single Native American from coast to coast are all liberal puss boy victim, waiting for the government check or whatever they're doing. They're all they want the handouts, and they want or whatever, their casino money. It's I don't know, but they're all Democrats. The Native Americans are all pissed off at Israel too, and it just how can that be that Native Americans who had their land taken from them would not understand and know why it's wrong to take the original lands away from Israel? It's all because they're all Democrats, they're all liberals. So, I mean, that's what a genocide is. You kill every single one of them. But what we could do in Palestine is just kill the warriors, and make sure just the tame ones are left. It would be a lot of them. It would be a lot of Palestinians in order to stop Palestine from Palestining. Palestine is always going to be there. It's an idea. It's in the Quran. The Quran says they have to fight the Jews forever, and that will be happening until they are all gone. And you would really have to. We're talking about a couple billion people. Leave all the Hindus. You're gonna have to go into Africa and find out which African tribes need to be eradicated, because there's a lot of Muslims down there. It would be a bloodbath, just on a huge scale. So no, Palestinians can't be genocided because it's only an idea, Candace. So I hope that answers your question. 40,000 isn't going to do it. They're never going to come to a table and make an agreement and be civilized. There is no civility. There's no civility written in the Quran. There's no way to stop fighting with them. But for you to be a Christian Catholic and align with them against the Jews, don't you have to ask yourself what Jesus would do? Jesus was a Jew. Israel's his. Jews are his people. So if you're a Christian, you really can't, you can't be, you can't be starting this weird, no, I know you just had a baby, and I know maybe postpartum, hormonal, I don't know what's going on, but I just think you should take a beat, maybe have a vacation, calm down a little bit, and don't let Ben Shapiro make you an anti-Semite, because that's not fair. It's not fair. And I guess that's all I wanted to say. I'll talk to you next time. This is Misty Meaner. Bye bye. Am I still on?